Hello and welcome to the channel. It's Mike Clark, aka The Rebel Preacher. I ain't been on in a few weeks, but I just kind of wanted to do a little short one here to kind of make you think, maybe makes me think, about who told you that? Well, Mike, what are you talking about? Who told you that? You know, it's simple stuff like, who says you have to eat waffles for breakfast? What makes waffles a breakfast food? What makes pizza a lunch or supper food? What makes vegetables for lunch and supper? In other words, who tells us when it's okay and what we should eat, when we should eat it, and things of this nature? Like clothing. Who is to tell you what you should and cannot wear when you need to? As long as you're modest and you're covered, without in public and everything, who determines the truth of what you should be wearing when you should be wearing it? You know, food, clothing, the news. Who says Russia's the bad guys? Who says Iraq's the bad guys? Who says America's the good guys? Who says that Israel's the good guys? I mean, none of this, all this is true and false at the same time, but who is it that tells us these things are true without question? Who tells us that this God is the right God and not the right God, and the wrong God? Who tells us that we should do this and act according to this? Who tells us that your scripture is better than anyone else's scripture? Who tells us that any scripture is any good? Who tells us that, you know, I mean, we can go on and on and on with this thought process, and it's true. And I do believe there are times in life when we should be in certain places. You know, there's a time that we need to be, and we need to learn what we can. And I believe there's a time when we will move on. For instance, you know, I was within Christianity, Judaism, and these places developed me, if nothing else, to question things better than I used to would. I used to just accept it because someone told me it's true. Now I have learned through reasoning and objection is to object to things that I don't understand and to say who should do this and who should not do this. All this rambling to say this. You have a brain. You have reasoning and understanding. You have the power and judgment to determine what is right for you. And no one else can come against it. If you're not hurting other people, if you're treating people with kindness, if you're treating them with respect, you're not infringing on anybody else's individuality and who they are. What else matters? So what are you saying? I'm saying you need to start seeking within to find out what truth is. You know, what you need to be reading. Should you be reading at all? Should you not go outside and work in the dirt? Work with your animals, work in the yard, work in that, and get as much as you can from any written scripture that you probably can. So many people go to these books seeking for answers when the answers are right in front of them. I'm not saying the books don't help, but I'm just saying that most of the time the answer is right in front of your face, and you don't even see it half the time because so many people are telling you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. I try not to do that on my channel. I just bring out things that I read. I love the Coburn Bible. I love Gnostic books. I love so many different things out there. But in turn, the truth is within you, and you have a teacher within you that's willing to show you all truth if you're willing to listen. So just to make you think, just put it out there. And until next time, have a great day. Thank you.